Well, so, listen to me give the explanation or whatever that is. I think that there's a little bit of a delusion that we get into with homeless people sometimes, which is that my job is to walk up to this guy. I'm going to stand next to this guy and I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, man, I was doing what I was doing. What do you think that you're doing right now? You know what I mean? And so the problem with that is like that you would just presume that the homeless person was your opportunity. And then you're going to run around from inside the store and tell somebody inside the store, hey, look, you see that homeless person out there? He doesn't know what he's doing out there, or something like that, or get somebody on the phone and be like, listen, there's this homeless person and nobody knows like who that is, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. But what we're looking for, it's not really there. It's not there in the sign on the wall, and it's not there in any of the legal code which is attached to the sign on the wall. It's freedom of speech. You know what I mean? It's actually freedom of speech. Are we standing up against freedom of speech in the United States of America? Are we standing up to freedom of speech in the United States of America? No. Maybe somebody at NASA would have the answer to that question. Are we standing up against freedom of speech in the United States of America? What is the answer to that question? The real answer is no. You know what I mean? And then if you see this homeless person around, you would almost just assume that we were, standing up against freedom of speech in the United States of America, And so I was doing what I was doing, and then all of a sudden, I don't know who that is. And so that's that whole thing, and I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? I get stuck in the middle of that whole thing. I don't know, and okay, so you can go ahead and talk to these differences of this and what a restriction is and all this kind of whatever it takes to do that. And but I got a ticket in the hills when I was dating this one girl, and then I came back several years later, and I'm standing over by the newsstand, and that's what happened to Cutie Booties, And when I was a kid, I used to go on a date. I went on a date with a girl up in the hills, and we were like, why is this guy shining his flashlight in the window? Back in like 1992. I know somebody remembers, what's this guy doing with his flashlight in the window right now? And then a little further on down the road, like, who are these people coming out of the night, like up in the hills just to and then just today, Cutie Booties.